Hi, everyone, and welcome into Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal. I'm Daniel Sallerson. We're not going to have a guest for Week 17, as most of you have already won your championship, hopefully, or have wrapped up your fantasy season. Of course, if you used our expert advice throughout the season, then you probably also won as well. So congratulations to those on winning your fantasy football championship. Now let's go to the top 5 studs, and we'll go to the tight end position in Kansas City and Travis Kelsey. Now, if you had Travis Kelsey, you probably went pretty far in your fantasy football season. Kelsey is ranked 12th overall in points with over 1,400 yards and 11 touchdowns. He shined this year for the Kansas City Chiefs as they look to repeat as Super Bowl champs. Number 4, let's go to Buffalo, and what a season for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, who have clinched the AFC East. Josh Allen, heading into Week 17, is in the top 5 in points for a QB with over 4,000 passing yards and 30-plus touchdowns, and also he has a receiving touchdown to boot. So Josh Allen, one of the big surprises in the QB spot this year. He is my number 4 stud. Let's go to Minnesota and talk about Dalvin Cook, the running back who rushed for over 1,500 yards and 16 touchdowns, ranked second among running backs. We'll get to the number 1 running back in just a few moments. But number 2, let's go to Green Bay in the wide receiver position. Devonte Adams, what a year it's been for him. 3 touchdowns in the win over the Tennessee Titans. 17 touchdowns overall and over 1,300 receiving yards. That's the 7th most points on NFL.com. And for the number 1 fantasy stud, it has to be Alvin Kamara of your New Orleans Saints. And number 1 overall fantasy score on NFL.com, 932 rushing yards, 11 touchdowns on the ground, but also 756 yards receiving and 5 touchdowns in the air. No doubt the number 1 fantasy scorer and fantasy stud is Alvin Kamara. Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed our analysis throughout the season. Hopefully you're crowned a fantasy football champ. And this has been your Keys to the Crown, presented by Crown Royal.